A mum says she was told to terminate her pregnancy after her daughter was thought to have Down syndrome. Mum Hetty Blakey gave birthday to Poppy in November, but says she feels let down by Lincolnshire hospitals over her daughter's care. She also claims she was told to consider changing her address to be closer to specialist care for her. The trust has confirmed it is investigating a formal complaint and is liaising with Poppy's family. Along with feeling pressured into terminating her pregnancy, Hetty also claims he was told by a heart consultant that she could not see her daughter, who was at risk of heart failure. She says Poppy was given the wrong immunizations, leaving her daughter bleeding from her behind and spending time in a. Hetty Blakey and partner with a scan of Poppy, image, Hetty Blakey, BPM Media. Baby Poppy after her birth, image, Hetty Blakey, BPM Media. Hetty had her initial 12-week scan at Lincoln County Hospital. She told Grimsby Live, "From the scan, we were given a leaflet on abortion and told that it didn't look good, and that with the amount of nuchal translucency fluid, there was a chance that the baby had something very severe. They handed me a scan picture and lulled me into this really depressed place of, this baby's not going to live." That was before any diagnosis was made. It was just purely off of a scan. All babies have this fluid at the back of their neck, and in a baby that doesn't have any chromosome abnormalities, the measurement would usually be between 1 and 2 millimeters. But a baby that has a chromosome abnormality, their measurement would normally be above 3. So because the thickness was so high, in our case it was 6.7 millimeters, that was enough for us to be handed an abortion leaflet. The couple then sought private healthcare at the Harley Street Hospital in London, and Hetty underwent CVS, chorionic villus sampling, a procedure which detects fetal abnormalities. It was there that she was told her unborn baby had Down syndrome. Hetty Blakey was told Poppy had Down syndrome, image, Hetty Blakey, BPM Media. Hetty Blakey and partner with Poppy after the birth of their tiny baby, image, Hetty Blakey, BPM Media. Don't miss. Brit couple trapped in Ukraine war after collecting twins they waited 13 years for. Princess Charlotte's sassy response when an aide tried to help her with a special gift. "I got pregnant twice in 5 days. My kids were born on the same day but aren't twins. I paid over £200 to get my hair done. I cried when I saw what it looked like." She continued. The baby looked perfectly healthy and they didn't feel there was a reason to medically terminate the baby at all. Hetty said that in the first week after hearing the news, she felt like her baby was gone. She said, "I had feelings of embarrassment, shame, and I thought that I was going to be laughed at. Me and my partner were really upset, but it must be taken about 7 days for us to snap out of it and get things organized, and just fall in love with the pregnancy again." Hetty said that she would have made the decision to terminate the pregnancy had she followed the advice given at Lincoln Hospital and not sought a second. She continued, "I would have aborted Poppy based on the information I was given at Lincoln Hospital. They made it feel like it was the most fair thing to do. It was not a case of, she might have something wrong with her, but it could be okay. There was no happiness to it. It was just very much a case of, prepare yourself. I felt really hurt and disregarded. I drove on a bypass absolutely hysterical, alone, because my partner was in London that day. But I was incredibly. After that day, they never contacted me again. I was not even called to see if I was okay," she claimed. Poppy was nearly not here as a result of their advice. Hetty claims she was left feeling suicidal before the birth, image, Hetty Blakey, BPM Media. Baby Poppy who has Down syndrome, image, Hetty Blakey, BPM Media. Most read. Princess Charlotte's sassy response when an aide tried to help her with a special gift. Elon Musk responds to Ukrainian plea for help by activating Starlink satellites. Moment Ukrainian tractor steals huge Russian armored vehicle in clip shared by MP. It was after the diagnosis that the expecting couple decided to move to Kermington, on the outskirts of Grimsby, and their care was transferred to the Diana, Princess of Wales Hospital. Hetty also suffered with polyhydramnios, a rare condition in which there is an excessive amount of amniotic fluid. A heart defect in her unborn baby was also detected. something which occurs in around half of all Down syndrome babies, along with duodenal atresia, a condition in which the stomach is not attached to the bowel. At this point, we were classed as a very high-risk pregnancy and Grimsby could no longer deliver Poppy, Hetty said. The couple were referred to two different hospitals, Leeds Children's Hospital for Poppy's heart defect, and Sheffield Children's Hospital for Poppy's duodenal atresia. They were also sent to Scunthorpe General Hospital for fetal medicine. At 30 weeks pregnant, Hetty had to choose between giving birth at Grimsby Hospital and being taken in an ambulance 2.5 hours away to Leeds, or move elsewhere for the remainder of her pregnancy. She said, "Going in an ambulance ran the risk of, if anything happened with Poppy, she wouldn't have the specialist care right there, and there wouldn't be anyone who could work on her heart immediately. So we had to basically up and move." Hetty looked online and found a hospital in London which specializes in unborn babies with Down syndrome. The trust says it is liaising with the family, Image, PA. She said, "I was told at 30 weeks that the baby could come at any time, and I was told that I needed to move to London and needed to move there quick." The couple were told they had to be within walking distance of the hospital, and say they were forced to spend £15,000 on hotels that were close by because the care Hetty and Poppy needed was not available in Lincolnshire. They eventually found an apartment across the road from St. Thomas Hospital, where Harriet had to lay in bed for 5 weeks as a result of her polyhydramnios. Until Poppy was born. Poppy was born via emergency C-section, and Harriet said that had she not been at a hospital with specialist care available, she does not believe her daughter would have survived. Hetty Blakey says she was advised to terminate her pregnancy before Poppy's condition was confirmed. Image, Hetty Blakey, BPM Media. Returning home to Grimsby after Poppy underwent 2 surgeries, the family had been told that St. Thomas Hospital in London would now be sharing the responsibility of Poppy's care with the Diana, Princess of Wales Hospital. Hetty says the care Poppy has received at Grimsby Hospital has left her feeling neglected. She said, "We asked Grimsby Hospital if they could scan Poppy's heart as she had an open duct which could have led to immediate heart failure. We were told that consultant couldn't see us." Hetty also claimed that Poppy was also given the wrong immunizations at Grimsby's hospital. Any baby that's had operations on their intestines or bowels should not have something called the rotavirus immunization. That causes sickness and diarrhea. Poppy shouldn't have had it, and Grimsby Hospital administered it. 2 days later, I was at Sheffield A. Grimsby Hospital, because then Sheffield were talking about a potential 3rd surgery to correct her bowels again. For a mum who's just got her baby out of the intensive care unit, it was incredibly frightening. I feel a huge amount of neglect and I feel harassed and bullied by Grimsby Hospital. I've had letters through the post telling me that I haven't engaged in their services because I've said to them that at the moment, as Poppy has a heart defect, the hip and ear tests they want to do aren't important. She's seen by the top cardiologist in London and yet Grimsby Hospital feel that they have to put their 10 pence in all the time. I am getting letters telling me how to care for my child when I've been left to do this all by myself. Poppy is now awaiting open heart surgery. Hetty said, "Poppy is a remarkable little girl." Melanie Sharp, Deputy Chief Nurse at Diana, Princess of Wales Hospital in Grimsby said, "We are fully aware of these concerns and currently we are investigating as a formal complaint. We'll respond directly to the family once the investigation has concluded." A spokesperson for the United Lincolnshire Hospitals NHS Trust said, "Unfortunately we are unable to comment on individual cases, however, we have been contacted by the patient's family and have been liaising with them directly." Read more. Deli worker warms hearts by going extra mile for deaf couple at supermarket. Read more. Woman shares look at body positive house that sparks joy in people online.